Let everyone in. When you jump in, I would love to see your pretty faces. Drop a comment and let me know where you're joining us from. Miss Gabby is here joining us at 3 a.m.
No makeup.
I feel you look beautiful. I love
Got
it.
the earrings on though.
So cute. So cute. So I'm letting everybody in. Sorry, I was having a technical difficulty. There we go. So I wanted to make sure the last time I did this workshop, I forgot to share my slides. So, it happens sometimes, right? So we're going to go ahead and let everyone in and we are going to get rolling. We've got a jam-packed hour, and then I do have a little bit of time. If we have questions at the end, I can stay on and answer a few questions. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Will y'all let me know in the comments if you can hear me okay? Okay, chat. Yes, you can. Okay, Casey, nice to see you here. Can you let me know where you're tuning in from? And this. Sorry, there's so many windows. I'm trying to keep y'all's faces up because I want to be able to see you and also have the chat up as well. So, all right, we are going to dive right in and get started. Because from Maryland, you're working but listening. Totally cool. I'm so glad that you made an effort to be here today, and I hope that it has value to your business. So this is the Clients Not Crickets workshop, and I call it that because honestly, when we put our content and we put our offers and things out into the world, we want to get clients. We don't want to get crickets. But so often I work with entrepreneurs that are putting things out there and they're feeling discouraged because they're not getting any feedback, they're not getting any sales, and they're just landing crickets. So I want to change that for you today. And I want to just do a quick poll before we get started. Who is already selling their offers online? Are you already selling your offers online, and do you feel clear about your ideal client? Drop a heart if you can find one down there, or a smiley face emoji. There you go, Naomi. She's already selling. She feels good about her ideal client. Okay. And if you don't, that's okay. That's what we are working on today. Here's the truth. If you're here, you're probably really good at what you do. Maybe you're even fully booked out one-on-one, or you've built your business through referrals and relationships or locally, but you're having trouble shifting online and you're tired of trading time for money. Let me know if that is your number one reason for being here. You know what to do in person, but when you try to sell online, that is where you're struggling. Like, everybody knows your value to your current clients, but you want new clients, and you know that online is that next step for you. Okay, perfect. So Casey says she's selling, but crickets. So Casey, when you say that, you say you're selling. Are you presenting things and you're not actually selling those offers, but you're trying to sell right now? Or are you actually making money with some of your offers? Let me know. Okay, here's the thing. I know that you already know your knowledge is valuable. You help real people get real results, but when you're trying to turn that into a digital offer and automated system, you freeze, you overthink, or you're posting and you start wondering when no one says, like, oh my gosh, that's amazing, I want that. You start thinking like, maybe it's you, or this just doesn't work for you. Okay, so Casey says she has made some sales, and I say it's a she. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a he. Made some sales, but not consistently. Well, if you have tried posting more on social, downloading freebies from anyone and everyone who comes across your newsfeed, if you've joined the 10 steps to a 6-figure funnel course, and all it did was gave you overwhelm and no results, you are in the right place. But if you also are one of those people who haven't even started yet because the tech, the funnel, and the fear of wasting the time or doing it wrong is just too much, friend, that can change for you today. What we're doing in this workshop is different. I'm going to walk you through the same framework that I've used to help coaches, consultants, and service pros go from booked out and burnout to actually building scalable, sellable offers without needing to post 24/7. Launch a funnel. I just said that, right? You don't even have to have your funnel ready, or run a single ad. You don't need to be a full-time content creator. You don't need a huge audience, and you definitely don't need fancy tech just to get paid online. But what you do need is a step-by-step system, to validate your ideas, build only what works, and then start generating real revenue without a tech headache. Does a tech headache stress anyone out in the comments? Let me know. Are you a techie or are you non-techie? And we will get started. Yes. Okay. So Gabby says the tech stresses are out. Technologies. All right, friends. Yes. Oh my gosh. So my friends call me the tech simplifier. I love to take complicated tech, package it up into one easy system, and get you rolling. So I just want to show you some of the things that my clients have said when they've worked with me. Eve said she feels so much more confident, and it's funny because her and her husband call me Yoda, because whenever we get on a call, she'll have all these overwhelms, and then all of a sudden she's like, okay, now I know exactly what I need to go do next. Kelly, she put my proof first system into place, and she says her biggest aha moment was realizing how powerful it is to lead with proof instead of just promises, that it instantly shifted the way that she thinks about presenting her offer and showing up to get real results first. Missy says, I now have a clear offer, a content strategy, and the confidence to show up in my business in a whole new way. Dee Dee said, hey, Kara, I just sent you a few emails that I received today. Your help with my funnels is working. I never thought anyone would reply to my funnels and actually say that they look forward to my emails. That's crazy. So little tweaks in your business can change everything. And you already have everything you need to be successful. You have the knowledge. What you're missing is you're missing the how do I package and present that knowledge in a way that your audience wants to purchase. In fact, everyone that I work with falls in one of these two categories. They haven't created their offer yet because they aren't sure what it should be or how to structure it, or they've created an offer, but no one is buying because they've skipped the step of making sure it's what their audience wanted before they presented it. Tell me, do you fall in bucket 1 or do you fall in bucket 2? And while you put that in the comments, I want you to just sit back for just a second and think, what would your life look like if you had a simple, scalable online offer bringing in consistent revenue instead of trading time for money in your one-on-one work? And I want to share a quick story with you about the content first or proof first method. So one of my clients said, my clients are finally replying. They're finally talking to me in the DMs, and I'm able to ask them what they want, and I'm able to go package it so that I know it's something they want to buy. That is the power of leading with proof and strategy instead of just posting and hoping and crossing your fingers that somebody is going to want whatever it is that you're posting. You don't need to create more stuff. You need to get the right strategy and have the confidence to go take action. So let's dig in. And I want to just make sure that everyone that's in this room is in the right place because I don't want to waste your time. So this is for you if you are crushing it in person and in one-on-ones, but you want the time freedom that comes with an online business. You know that you have a product or service that's worth at least $2,000 to your ideal client, maybe a coaching package, a high-ticket course, or a done-for-you service. You want a proven system that will help you launch your online business in the next 90 days. And this one is so important, friends. If you don't have this next one, we are not a good fit, and this is not a good program, right? This is not going to get you anywhere because this right here is going to determine whether you're going to go take action or whether this webinar that you watched is just going to be something else that you check the box. Hey, I attended a training today. This one is you're a go-getter. You're the kind of person that says, tell me what to do, and then you're actually going to go and do it. So let me know in the comments, do you meet all 4 of those criteria? Or is there maybe one that you don't? Because here's what I want to say. I can't guarantee that you're going to get the exact results that my clients have gotten because I don't know what stage of business you're in. And I also don't know how committed you are. And I know that this is not going to work if you don't actually implement. So I want to introduce you to my signature proof to profit path. This is the framework that I use to take my clients from offline hustles to scalable online sales without the guesswork or tech overwhelm. It's built on 5 strategic pillars. Each one is designed to help you validate before you build, sell before you scale, and create offers that your audience is actually asking you for. We don't skip steps. We don't rely on funnels or ads. We start with proof and then we build from there. So let's walk through these 5 pillars. The first one, we start with proof, not platforms. We turn needs into offers. We sell before we build. Once we're selling it and we have proof of concept, we automate it. And lastly, we scale what is working. So since we've only got 60 minutes together today, I'm going to walk you through pillars 1 and 2 so that you can leave with clarity, confidence, and an actual offer that you can go start testing with your audience today. Does that sound good for everyone? If so, type yes in the comments for me. All right, perfect. So a quick heads up before we dive in, I'm going to give you a ton of value today, and I want you to listen without wondering, is she going to pitch something? So I'm just going to tell you ahead of time. Yes, at the end, I will share a way that we can keep working together inside of my Proof First Launch Lab if you want more support to be able to build and sell your offers online. But there is absolutely no pressure to join. This is a free workshop. I want to provide immense value, and I want you to walk away with a new way of thinking about posting your content and how to build your online business. This right here was a game changer with my clients when they finally realized they were posting just to be posting. They weren't posting strategically. So if you're new here, if we haven't met before, I'm Kara, and I'm a business launch strategist and a tech simplifier. I help coaches, consultants, and service providers turn their one-on-one expertise into a scalable online offer without the tech headaches. Friends, I need to check. Sorry. I need to have somebody that can come on with me each week and make sure that everybody got into the waiting room or out of the waiting room. All right, so what makes me different? Last year alone, I worked behind the scenes for a multi-million-dollar business coach supporting her students across 1,100 coaching calls. From brand new business owners to seasoned pros, I saw one common pattern. They were brilliant, but they were stuck. They were drowning in content, but they were confused about the next step. And most of them were buried in half-finished funnels or courses that they were trying to launch or trying to get out there. Let me know if you feel like you are brilliant but stuck, if you're drowning in half-finished projects because everything feels like it's too much and you don't know what you actually should be working on. So friends, I don't just teach strategy, I get in the weeds with you. Whether you need help clarifying your offer, simplifying your systems, or creating proof first content that actually converts, I've got you. Gabby says, oops, that was me. Gabby, sweet friend, she is actually one of the 1,100 coaching calls. Well, took lots of coaching calls with Gabby. What I do is I give you hands-on support, done with you templates, smart tech steps that scale what actually works, not having you build things that don't work. So no fluff, no burnout, just clarity, confidence, and sales. In fact, this morning I was on a call with a friend. She is actually one of my students, and she got on and she goes, Kara, I've got people signing up for my appointments, but I'm not getting notified, and they're getting sent the wrong link. So guess what we did? I didn't say, hey, here's some training. Why don't you head over here and figure out how to do it? We jumped on and we fixed it together. That is the kind of support that I provide the people that I work with. So let me tell you something I see all the time from smart, successful entrepreneurs like you. You're booked out in person, your in-person business is thriving, but when it comes to online, you're stuck. You've been thinking about launching something, maybe you've tried and it's flopped, and now you're second guessing, is this even meant for me? Am I even able to run an online business? Or do I just need to stay in my one-on-one? Do I just need to keep working with my in-person clients? Maybe that you've posted on social medias like all the gurus tell you to, but it feels like you shout into the void. You've created all this content. You feel like I'm putting things out there, but no one is ever responding and no one is ever excited about what you're offering. You maybe have even reworked your offer. You've launched new freebies. You've changed your pricing. You've changed the offer name again and again, and it just feels like busy but not productive work. And here's the truth that most people won't tell you. You're not doing it wrong. You're doing it backwards. This is why it's not working yet. You believe that everything needs to be perfectly built, your funnel, your audience, your course, before you make a single sale, but you don't. You're creating in a vacuum, hoping that you're creating what your client wants instead of asking your audience what they want and then creating it. So you're spending hours creating content, but you're not starting conversations. And without conversations, you get no proof, you get no feedback, and you get no sales. So you're not lacking strategy, you're just missing the proof. And you're waiting for clarity that only comes after you take action. This is the classic cart before the horse. If you're throwing content out there, but you're not having conversations, your content is not landing. This is why so many brilliant people burn out before they ever gain traction online. But that ends today if you can switch the way you're doing things. I'm going to show you how to flip the script so you stop building backwards and you start building offers that people are asking for. So let's get started with the very first one, the 3 C's. This is the biggest mistake I see when people are posting. You're posting for attention instead of connection. How many people have believed that you need a large audience or you need your content to go viral to be able to make sales? You need to grow quicker. How many people believe that? Drop it in the comments if you think you need a big audience and you need your content to go viral. Feels like it. It does. But friends, when you create content that starts real conversations, doesn't just collect likes, because likes do not pay the bills, you can actually turn a tiny intentional audience into consistent income. So just content that connects, conversations that convert, and clients who pay. These are the 3 C's of the conversation content. So let me say that again. Write it down if you're a note taker. The 3 C's. You need content that creates conversations, because conversations get you clients. That is your path. That is your business. Type me in the chat if you've ever wondered what to post that would actually lead to sales. All right, you've been sold the lie that success online means going viral, gaining followers, and hoping that the money follows. But likes don't pay the bills, and viral, it actually floods your feed with the wrong people, and it tanks your algorithm in the process. So friends, all of you that want to go viral, I'm just going to tell you right now, the day that you go viral, you are going to tank your algorithm, and you are going to have all of these people come over and follow you that are never going to buy from you, which is going to make it so that your content gets shown to less people because you're no longer filling your algorithm with your ideal audience. So what are you doing now? I bet you're doing one of these 3 things. You aren't posting because you don't know what to post, or you keep posting tips, templates, or quotes that rack up views but not buyers. You're getting likes, you maybe even get saves, but no one is DMing you being like, oh my gosh, and I know Gabby is a stylist. Oh my gosh, Gabby, where did you get that outfit? How can I buy one? I'm in the States. I need what you have. How do I work with you? This is a business. This is not a performance, right? Content isn't about getting seen. It's about sparking curiosity and connection. The goal is to attract the right people, invite real conversations, and uncover what your audience is actually asking for. Ditch the viral dance. Stop posting like you're talking to one. Start posting like you're talking to one person. Ask a question, offer a quick win, and follow up. Go deeper. That's where your clarity happens. That's where you're going to get the proof. And that's how you go from content to create conversations to create clients. Okay, so Gabby says she's getting a little bit of that, but not how do I work with you just yet. Okay, so we're going to talk today about how you can do that. So a few weeks ago, I posted a reel. This is what it said. I said, hey, sweet friend, do you want to know how to record all of your videos in one take? Okay, that piece of content blew up for me. I had people commenting the key word that I'd said. I can't even remember now what it was. So what I did, instead of what we're normally taught to do, somebody comments the keyword, you send them a link, that's the end, right? Instead of doing that, I tried something new. And friends, what happened blew my mind. I went into the DMs, and instead of sending them a link, I followed up with a simple voice note. I grabbed my phone, I clicked the little voice note that said, and I just said, "Hey, sweet friend, I cannot wait to show you how to create all of your videos in one take. But let me ask you a question before I send it over because I want to make sure that I'm helping you in the right way. How many videos are you creating every week?" And then I set my phone down, sent it off. That person messaged me back and she said, "I'm not creating any videos. I haven't created my first video yet." Well, friend, guess what? The answer was not she needed to learn how to create all her videos in one take. She needs confidence to go create that first video because we know that video content converts, right? So if I just sent her how to create your video in one take, she's not going to do anything with that piece of content that I've just given her, that tip or trick, right? She needs confidence to go create that first video. So now my content is going to be, how do you get the confidence to post your first video if I want to help her? Do you see how that shift, how asking the right questions and not just shooting a link can change everything and get you to know your audience better? Because when you listen deeper, you're going to uncover where they are really stuck. So let me ask you this. When is the last time that you have gone into a conversation with someone and you have just started asking questions to qualify where they're at so that you can figure out where you can serve them best? Let me know in the comments if you've done that recently. Now we're going to talk the second step. Last week, girl, look at you, Naomi. And Naomi and I, we have shared a coach. So we kind of know the importance of conversations and how important it is to not just create content. So I'm not surprised that Naomi was doing that last week. So proud of you. So let's talk about another step that most people skip. It's not because it's hard, but it's because they're too busy guessing. This is where you stop throwing spaghetti at the wall and you start listening to what people are already asking for. When you ask the right questions and you have real conversations, you stop building in a vacuum and you start creating offers that people are already wanting to buy. And when your audience feels heard, they don't just engage, they invest. There's this myth that you need to be further along to ask what people want, or that your next offer has to come from your own brilliance, not your audience. But here's the truth. If you're just guessing in isolation, that's not strategy, that is sabotage. And what most people try to do to fix this is they post more freebies, more Canva templates, more content that should work but doesn't. They try every expert's trends, but still feel like no one's buying because it's all built on assumptions, not conversations. So this shift is super simple. You don't need to guess what to sell. You need to ask better questions. Yes, or ask their friends who are not their avatar, points fingers at themselves. I love it. So you don't need to guess what to ask. You just need to go in and ask questions. That's going to be your proof. Your next sale is one DM away if you can ask the right person the right question. Okay, so instead of spinning your wheels, I want you to start posting with curiosity. Post a poll, ask a question, drop a voice note, send a DM, ask, what are you stuck on right now? Would this be helpful? If I created something, and you can insert a pain point. So with Gabby, I know one of her pain points is, do you want to style your body or your clothing so that you cover up a tummy, right? If I created something that would show you how to disguise your tummy or camouflage it with the right clothing, would that be helpful to you? Asking those questions. Hold on. Hey babe, I'm on a webinar for the next hour. Microwave.
That's fine.
Sorry. I live in Alabama, and if you use the microwave, I lose Wi-Fi. So it just came in, and so I just had to give him that side note. But that's your proof and that's your offer. So when someone finally does say, like, yes, I want that, or they like it, and we go into the DMs and we start a conversation with them, then we can really say, like, if you were to ask in Gabby's situation here, hey, if I put together 3 outfits that help disguise a tummy on a 40 to 50-year-old mom, would that be helpful for you? And if somebody likes it, that's your invitation to start a conversation with them. Okay. They don't have to comment. They don't have to go into your DMs. Social media is meant to be social. So when they click the little like or they save it or something else, I want you to go in and I want you to say, hey, I would love to create that for you. Would you tell me like maybe what your favorite colors are or what else you struggle with? Because maybe there's an outfit I could put together for you that would, cover up your tummy, but it would also, be in your favorite colors or show off other attributes that you want to highlight, right? So that is one way that you can do that. Okay, so Gabby just said, currently it's the same friends that respond to my posts. My digital clients are out there somewhere, maybe my followers, you don't know for sure. I get it. Are you ever, what I would make it a habit of doing though, is every single time that someone new comments or likes, you go into the DMs. And also, what you can do is you can reach out to those people that are following you and say, hey, do you have any friends that you can invite that, would think would be a good fit for my business? Would you send them my link? And then if they go and they start following you, reach out to them. Right? So like we have to be the ones to start that process. One of my clients was stuck in creation mode. She was working on the perfect freebie and a polished course for over a year. I finally asked her, I said, have you asked anyone if they want this? Do you have anyone raising their hand saying, I cannot wait for you to post whatever course or, whatever freebie she was working on? And she goes, no. And I said, then quit creating it and start asking people if they want it. Create polls, start doing content, say the same thing every single day in a different way until you know, yes, that's something my audience wants, or no, it's not. That one question for her changed everything because she quit hiding behind her computer and she actually started creating conversations and engaging with her audience. Before we move to the next step, I want to tell you about my friend Angie. She is a consultant that I coached who is exactly where you are right now. She actually showed up on this webinar last month and she told me, let me just read this through. She says, I was struggling to put the foundation together underneath my service idea. I've had that for a year. Now she works with nonprofits and she helps nonprofits maximize their effectiveness, basically spend their money the right way. She said, I've had that for over a year and I haven't been able to deal with the marketing part of it. I've had lots of content for a course and freebies, but the various posts are just outside of my comfort zone. You hit the nail on the head with this tool. And the tool she's talking about is a tool I've created called the Proof First GPT. She said, I had no idea what to focus on and there's so much to do, but I feel so much better now. I would recommend this to every entrepreneur that I know. Thank you, Kara. This is amazing. Let me tell you what happened on last month's webinar. And this isn't even on my slide. She told me she sold a $10,000 package when she started posting the type of content that I outlined for her with my tool. $10,000. She didn't go create a new offer. She literally tested the content that I created for her with that tool, and she was able to land a 10K client. Friends, that is a life-changing and direction-changing income for a small business. So she had the ideas, she had the content, she even had some of her freebies built, but she wasn't clear on her path forward. She had that constant feeling of, I could do so many things, but I don't know where to focus. It was keeping her stuck. She was spinning in circles and she was second guessing. So the tool that I created put her on the proof to profit path, which shifted everything. I taught her how to lead with audience research, how to create curiosity, start conversations, and let her audience guide the way. If that is something that you're like, holy cow, how do I do that? I want you to, in the comments, say, like, that sounds amazing, but I don't know how to do it. Or if you're like, ooh, my mind is spinning with all the ways I could create curiosity content, let me know that too. All right. So let's talk about, we're going to go to, I guess we're on number 3. One of the most powerful and underused tools in your business, and we've hinted at, we've talked a little bit about this, but it's your DMs. Most people think that if they post the right thing, build the perfect funnel, that people are just going to click and buy. But here's the truth. Sales don't start with a funnel. They start with a conversation. Your network is going to get you farther than your content ever will, right? So when you stop trying to do all the talking and you start asking better questions, everything shifts. You stop guessing what to post, you stop wondering what to offer, and you start building things based on what your audience is telling you they want. Selling becomes simple, natural, and aligned. The myth is this: if your content is good enough, if your funnel is pretty enough, people are going to buy. Have you ever thought that? Like, have you ever thought the problem is that my content's not good enough or I don't have the right funnel built and that's why I'm not making money? That's what keeps so many entrepreneurs stuck in the loop of tweaking, posting, and praying, or second guessing or crossing their fingers. But guess what? Automation never builds relationships, and relationships are where your sales will happen. Am I telling you that I don't want you to automate? No. Remember, step number 4, the pillar number 4 is automation. But in order to get to that point, we have to get to know our audience so well, and we have to sell the things and get proof of concept before we automate. We don't go straight to creating something and automating it. We go straight to figuring out what our audience wants, selling that thing to our audience multiple times, and then we automate that thing. So instead of creating real conversations, most people, they just keep posting, they keep tweaking their branding, they keep editing another freebie, and they're silently hoping somebody goes and clicks their link in bio. It's not happening. And if no one's talking back to you, you don't have a strategy, and that's time that you're never going to get back. So time is the one thing that you're never going to get more of. And if you can learn to master that time in your business and use it the right way, you're going to make way better progress and go further than the person that is sitting behind their computer just posting content, hoping that someone's going to talk to them. The real insights aren't in a spreadsheet or in your funnel builder. They're inside of the DM conversations that you, my friend, are probably not having. The words that your audience uses, guess how you're going to figure out what those words are? By having conversations, right? One of my target audiences, I just found out this past week, they don't use the words save time. They use the words collapse time. I didn't know to use the words collapse time until I actually had a conversation in a DM with one of my ideal clients. We have to use their words so they feel seen and they know we are talking directly to them. That is where your gold mine of information is. It's just waiting for you. So the next time someone engages with your content, and I'm telling you, they can just click the like button, they can save it, they can send you a DM, whatever it is. I don't want you to say thanks. I want you to say in the DMs, hey, I'm curious, what about that piece of content, fill in the blank? Um, what about that do you like? Like, is there something that I could create for you that would help you fill in XYZ? You can also ask them, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to, and you can point back to that piece of content. That one question can open up a conversation, a potential offer, a sale, a testimonial, or your next light bulb moment. I had this actually happen to me today. I make it a habit to be in my DMs with cold and warm traffic all the time. That can be people that I've worked with in the past. It can be people that just liked my my content. But I actually had someone say, Carrie, you know what I wish you would offer? And it came up twice today. This 2 different people said, you know what I wish you would offer? And I'm actually going to offer it on this webinar. I didn't offer it last time I did this, but this is how it comes. This is how your light bulb moment comes, right? This is what I like to call the raise their hand method. This is where you get your audience to go ahead and tell you they're interested before you ever create it, so that you quit pitching and you actually start selling. All right. So you can just send, and this is another trick I like to say at this stage is I want you to go in and actually leave voice notes. So whenever you are sending a message to someone, use their name. Don't just type it. Say, hey, Naomi, I saw that you liked my post about simplifying your systems. Are you currently using more than one platform to run your business? Oh, you are? Okay, great. What platforms are you using? Right? People want to hear your voice. They want to know that you care. And text can get misinterpreted. So we can do so much more building that network and building that relationship if we actually use our voice. And can I ask in the comments, is anyone currently using voice notes instead of just typing out messages? Who is ready to make selling simpler? Drop me in the comments. Sporadically, mostly text. Okay. So we are going to go to number 4. Let's talk about how to know if your idea is actually going to sell before you build a single thing. This step is all about validation, using content, conversations, and simple signals that your audience is already giving you. When you do this right, you don't just hope that your offer works. You're going to know it does because your audience is literally helping you shape it. So every time someone says, can I get that? That's exactly what I need. Or where do I buy? That is not luck. That is proof. So when those 2 people messaged me today and said, you know what I wish you would offer? Guess what they were saying to me? Hey, can I buy that? Can I get that? Where do I go buy? Right? That is low hanging fruit. And if those 2 people are asking, more people are probably wishing that that same offer would come out. So this is how you launch with clarity and confidence instead of crossing your fingers and holding your breath and checking to see, okay, well, how many people liked that post? How many views did that get? Right? Like we can get so lost in that when if we spent our time building conversations, we could actually quit building backwards. So you don't need to finish something to find out if it works. You just need to start talking about it as you start to build it and see if people respond. If not, you scrap it and you move on to another idea. Here's what usually happens. You get stuck behind the scenes. You have endless outlines of courses or offers. You start recording modules. You start setting up your funnel. And then when you say it's live, there's no DMs, no sales, no feedback, and all you hear is crickets. And then that's when, as an entrepreneur, you start the spiral. You start the negative thoughts. I'm not good enough. This isn't going to work for me. It worked for her, but it's not going to work for me. She has something I don't have. Suddenly you're second guessing when the problem is not you. The problem is you've skipped the one step that would have told you if you should have built it or not. The truth is your audience will tell you what they want if you just listen. So validation does not come through brainstorming. It comes through testing. You can brainstorm to figure out what to then go ask your audience if they want, but you don't build it until they want it. It comes from the proof. It comes from the small post, the simple asks, and from seeing who is leaning in and then starting a conversation. So your action steps right here, here's what I want you to do. Start sharing many ideas with your audience. Hey, I'm thinking about creating an XYZ. Hey, I just got off of a one-on-one and my client said what they really needed was this. Does anyone else need that? If you need that, could you just drop me a DM below so that I can get some information and figure out how to best build this for you? Talk to one person. Start asking micro call to actions like, would this help you? Should I build this? Would you like a copy of this? Then when someone likes, comments, saves, that is your indication that they are raising their hand. That's your test. That's your proof. And then I want you to go into the conversations and I want you to start sketching out what they're telling you they want and go build it. Okay, does that make sense to everyone? All right, so the next step, step number 5, we are going to tackle the trap of overthinking and solo building. This is the fastest path to traction that's not in Google Docs. It's in real conversations, real time with your audience guiding you. Yeah. Okay, so Gabby says that makes sense. 80% of her lady clients have trouble dressing due to a cortisol belly. So when you co-create with your people, instead of building alone, everything is going to shift for you. Your ideas are going to sharpen faster. Your content will start connecting deeper, and your offer will begin selling before you ever finish it because it was built with them and for them. We have been sold the Beyonce launch myth. We disappear, we hide behind our computer, we go create something amazing and flawless, and then we drop it and we hope for success. But your audience doesn't need polished, they need relevant. They want your help. They don't care that it's not perfect. They want help. They are way more interested in watching something grow than being handed a finished product if they're getting what they need. So many people hide in content creation mode. They build quietly. They wait for the perfect moment to launch, and then they hear crickets or maybe a few likes, but no buyers. The silence doesn't mean that your offer isn't valuable. It means you built it in isolation. And here's something else I want to tell you. I've seen people who have created courses and created offers be able to get into the DMs with their potential clients, ask some questions, change the name of it, change the name of that offer they've already created, change some of the pain points and the marketing behind that, and then go and sell that exact thing that they thought they were putting on the shelf because nobody wanted it. The problem was they didn't know how to position it correctly because they weren't using their audience's language and the correct pain points to position it. Does that make sense to y'all? Do you see how doing that would be helpful? So I want you, I want you to post half finished ideas, ask micro questions, and ask your audience what they are struggling with. Then here's what I want you to do. I want you to listen, adjust, and iterate. That is going to be how you build with your audience, not for them. So I want you to imagine this, okay? You're planning a mini guide on a back-end systems. Instead of working on it solo for weeks, you make a post that says, I've helped clients organize behind the scenes systems, and I'm thinking of creating a step-by-step mini guide. Would that be helpful to you? So I could create something like that. And then if no one comments, I know, guess what? That's not something they want. Or if I get comments, I can get in there and I can really refine what is that step by step that I need to create for them. What platforms are they already using? Naomi says, half finished is such an eye opener light bulb recommendation. Yeah. So I did. Let me just show you this morning. I thought, I literally took, I was creating a piece of content and I thought, I know I need a visual hook for my content. So I took a piece of paper and I sketched out, these are all the things that my ideal audience is currently paying for. And it was all the tools that they were using. And I wanted to tell them about how they could not only save money, have money for ads, have money for hiring another team member, have money for taking their family on a vacation, but how I could increase their bottom line and simplify their life and not only get them money back, but save time. So like literally, this is what I used, right? There's nothing perfect about this. I didn't go create a graphic. I literally did a little bit of research online and I'm like, okay, so Kajabi is $149 a month. ClickFunnels is, and I just wrote it down. And then I started my video just like this. And then at the very end, I took a marker and I'm like, let's not do that. Let's do this instead, right? Like we aren't looking for perfection. We're looking for relatable content. Okay. So I want to introduce you to Eve. I talked about her a little bit at the beginning, but I let her have access. She's one of my high ticket clients. I let her have access to my Proof First GPT. And here's what she said. She said she set up her next offer. She created a page on her website with packages. And she said, this is amazing. Now, she had the proof because she knew from the list that the GPT gave her of the 10 freebies to test and the 5 offers, plus the 45 pieces of content it generated for her. She knew what her ideal client already wanted because they were already buying it from her in person, and she knew how to translate that online. So it was easy for her to take that proof and be like, oh, this is exactly what they need. Why did I never think about actually creating an online offer for that? She was asked to stage some new to launch cabins for photos. And she usually would be able to say, like, yeah, I can do that. Let me check my calendar. She goes, you know what? Instead, I usually do that for free. I now, after working through the program and getting the tech training I need, she said, I now not only know how to sell it, but I know how to go set up a quick link so that they can pay before I ever give them access to my calendar. So, friends, a lot of times what I see with entrepreneurs is they know what they need to do and they know that they're doing things that they should be charging for, but they don't know how to go charge people for it because the tech feels heavy. So, what I do with my clients is with that Proof First GPT, once they have something that someone wants and is ready to pay for, I show them a simple way to create a link to go invoice that person so that they can actually make money before they ever build. Does that make sense? How you could just, instead of sending them to a fancy funnel, you could say, oh my gosh, that would be great. Yeah, let me send you an invoice and we can get started working together today. Okay, yes, and oh my gosh, yes. It's that easy, friends. It is that easy. You don't have to have crazy tech when you're getting started. Now, am I going to want you to set up a great tech stack in the end? Yes, but that's not where we start. We start by pre-selling and working and getting our audience wins, getting those couple of clients that commit to working with us wins before we move on. All right, so we're going to really quickly go through what does an offer look like and how do you build one. And you should have the download. If you don't, check your email or just take notes. But what I want you to remind you is with this offer, we're not starting from scratch. You're starting from proof. These are the 5 steps to building a good offer. Now, you're not going to go create this. You're not setting up a landing page or a funnel. I just want you to use this time to figure out what is something you could go offer in that curious content with your audience today. So, first question, actually, let me show you this illustration first. So, here is your ideal client, right? They are over on this side trying to figure out how to get over here, but here's all they're paying. Here's what is keeping them up at night. Maybe it's they've spent a lot of money on clothes that really don't fit. Maybe they followed people in the past who have told them this is the skirt and top that you need that's going to make your life better. And they're like, none of this is working and I don't know how to get there. And then here comes Gabby, Naomi, Casey along and they're like, hey friend, guess what? I've got a quick plane that could bring you from here to here if you just work with me, right? This is your offer. The plane, the quick transformation is your offer. Okay. You have got to position it that you're going to get them there fast and they get to avoid all of this. Okay. So the first thing we're going to talk about is who is this for? I want you to just quickly write down who is already coming to you for help. What do they always ask you about? Describe them in one quick sentence. All right, the next question is going to be, and y'all can take more time after this to really nail this down, but I want to be able to show you an offer at the end. So so that y'all can see, like, does mine fit with this, like this framework? So the next one, what problem does it solve? They're losing leads because they don't have a follow-up system. They're embarrassed to go out in public because they don't like the way they look. And a simple wardrobe change could fix that. Whatever that is, what are they Googling at 2 a.m.? What's making them doubt themselves? Write that down. What is that big pain point? Okay. Next, we're going to talk about the transformation. So, what will they be able to do with your help? What will they be able to do, know, or have that they don't have right now? Is it confidence? Is it more lead generation? Is it a, finished funnel? If you're like me and you're a tech person, what is it that they're going to have that's going to change their life? Now, what is included in this? So it could be live calls. You could give them templates. You could give them videos. You could send them, outfits. You could do virtual shopping for them. What is it that your actual offer is going to include? Write a couple things down and let me know. If y'all are keeping up. All right, lastly, this is what I want you to just trust your gut on. What would you charge for this? And here's where I want you to go with the pricing, okay? I want it to be a heck yes for them, but also a win for you. If you put a number down and you're not excited about that number for yourself, but it's not a heck yes for them, then you don't do it, right? You don't want to serve that client begrudgingly. So you don't want to be too cheap. You want to value your time, but you also want to make it a no-brainer for them. So kind of work that out in your mind. And we're going to look at a quick sample offer. So for a business consultant, this is what it could look like. This is for a mid-sized business owner who's hit a growth ceiling and they need a smarter, scalable way to generate leads and convert clients online. The problem it solves, they are relying on referrals or outdated lead gen methods. They don't have a system that consistently brings in new business. So what was included is a one-on-one strategy call, lead gen funnel templates, follow-up email sequences, a mini video series on attracting and converting leads, and 30 days of Voxer support. That's a $2,000 offer. They would go from inconsistent referrals and slow growth to having a steady stream of warm leads who are nurtured and ready to buy. So this is kind of what you want your offer, the framework for your offer to be. Now, I want y'all to take a quick deep breath because we've made a lot of progress. We've made a lot of mindset shifts. Would you agree in the comments that this has been a different way of looking at content creation than maybe what you've done before? We've started with proof, not platforms. We've looked at the 3 C's, audience-driven research, DM-based market feedback, real-time validation, and to stop guessing and start listening. We know now that we are not starting from scratch, we're starting from proof. And we've talked about the proof first offer builder so that you can take your real life expertise and turn it into something that your audience, you can test and see if your audience wants. If not, you go back and you test something else, right? That is all we're going to do. I want you to spend your time testing instead of sitting behind your computer creating things that no one wants. All right, friends, I want to talk for just a second about the real cost of skipping the proof. And y'all all know it because you're sitting here, right? Your confidence. How many of you have felt like your confidence as an entrepreneur has really taken a hit because your online business has not done what you thought it would do? You think maybe I'm just not cut out for this. Your time and money. You've been building freebies, funnels, and content around offers that no one wants. You've wasted weeks, sometimes years. The money's gone. Still, there's no sales. Another one, your energy. The burnout isn't from hard work. It's from working hard on things that don't work, the wrong things, right? No validation. Your focus. Without proof, you stay stuck in trial and error. You create a new funnel, a new angle, you get a new platform, but it all leads to the same results because you're not having the conversations. Your freedom. If your offer doesn't sell, you can't automate. If you can't automate, you're stuck in one-on-one. If you're stuck in one-on-one, you're still trading time for money without a backup plan. And lastly, your mission. You're meant to help people. You've seen transformation happen in your one-on-one clients, but if you could sell that transformation at another level online, you know your life would change. The bottom line is if you don't validate your offer, you're not wasting time. You're risking your business that you're working so hard to build. To put the proof to profit path into place and actually turn your expertise into a scalable offer. If you want to take what you already are doing well in person, having that success, and turn it into a scalable, sellable online offer, you're going to need to walk through all 5 steps of the proof to profit path in the right order. Today, we took step 1 and step 2, but that's just the beginning. If you're ready to go deeper beyond the first 2 steps, I can walk through that full roadmap, what it would look like, no pressure, just clarity on your path forward. And if you're curious on how to build, automate, and scale from here, I'd love to share how I support clients through next steps. I teach them to sell before they build, to make their first 2K sale before building anything with just a Stripe link and a conversation, automate it using one simple platform that does the job of 10 different tools without tech meltdowns. Then I teach them to scale it. Once that offer is selling, we scale it so that they have income on autopilot. Here's what happens if you follow the framework. You will make your first sale from a test offer, and you will finally feel clarity and momentum. You're going to stop guessing what to post, and you're going to start creating content that converts. You're going to plug your offer into an automated system that sells, even if you're offline. And best of all, you're going to stop trading time for money. So let's talk about what that looks like. Your skills deserve to be sold, not just posted about. You've seen what's possible. Now it's time to build that. This is the only all-in-one program that, and friends, there's, like I told you this morning, the simple platform. It is a high-level platform that is white labeled that I use. It's called Social Connector, and we can talk about that off, you know, after the webinar if you want. But for sales, it's going to build your automated funnel and without tech or overwhelm or wasted time. 6 months of coaching templates, tech walkthroughs, and personalized support. Here's what you get. And I told y'all that this morning someone said, I wish you would offer this. There's actually a second offer if this is not a good fit for you. So stay to the end. And I'm also going to give each of you the opportunity to win the Proof First GPT by creating a testimonial video about what you thought this webinar, what you learned, how you felt before you started with this today, and then how you feel as you're leaving. So if you'd like to win that, stick around and I'll drop the information in the comments so that you can enter to win. You got good odds since there's only 3 of you on. So here's what you get. You get you get a weekly call and hot seat. So whether you're testing your messaging or whether you need help with tech, you get access to me every single week. Pre-built sales page, funnel, and emails. You learn to build inside of that one platform, $97 a month, unlimited courses and everything. And I give you 14 days free. You get the Proof First GPT that creates your 10 freebies to go test and 5 2K offers to go test. You don't go create these, you're testing them. And here's the best part. After you answer the questions, it will ask you, would you like me to create your first 45 pieces of content? And friends, it will literally script every piece of content for 45 days. So it will tell you, I want you to create a carousel. This is what I want it to say. This is page 1. This is page 2. This is page 3. Here's the caption you're going to copy and paste into Instagram, Facebook, wherever. And here are the hashtags you're going to use. Now, day 2, I want you to create a faceless reel. This is the overlay text. This is your caption. Literally, you've taken all of my knowledge, I've put it into a GPT, and I'm creating your content with that platform. Then you're also going to get lifetime access to all the trainings that I create from now on. So if I drop a training in the portal, you are basically purchasing my big vault. All right, so the investment, because I know y'all are all, what is this? The investment is $5,997 for 6 months, but there's a fast action bonus. You get 1 whole extra month of support, so an extra 30 days, so 7 months. You get unlimited back pocket tech calls. So if you're like, Kara, I'm trying to set this up, I'm following the training, I don't know what to do, and I can't wait until next Thursday when we meet, you just shoot me a message. And you get 1 30-minute personalized strategy session. So you and I are going to work together every single week. I'm going to tell you, the more that you commit, the more that you do, the better results you're going to get. And here's the other thing that I tell my clients. If you're going to spend this kind of money with me, I want you to show up. Don't spend money and then not do the work. And here's the big, and I call it my key performance indicator, okay? You have to create 1 piece of content a day. It has to be curious content. You have to create content that's going to ask questions and get your audience talking to you. That's the commitment that it's going to take to make this possible, right? So I do want to show y'all. So that is the $59.97. So you get 7 months instead of 6 if you purchase by noon tomorrow, actually till 1 o'clock since we're over. But you do get those fast action bonuses. If not, you don't get the unlimited tech calls, the extra month of support, and you don't get that one-on-one strategy session. But here is the offer that the two people this morning had asked that they wanted. They were like, we didn't win the GPT. We want to purchase the GPT. And one of my coaching students, she told me, she goes, Kara, this GPT took the year that you and I worked together, and it basically gave me my complete roadmap to content. Now I know I'm going to go test these 5 offers and then these 10 freebies. And here's what's cool about it. Those 45 pieces of content aren't random content. They are rotating through testing these offers and these freebies. So you don't even have to figure out how to weave these into your content. I'm literally giving you the pieces of content to test these. So I like to say post about the same thing 10 times in different ways. So let's say that you get to that 45 days and you're getting a lot of conversations, but you still haven't nailed down that 2K sale that I really want you to make quickly. You're going to run the GPT again, and you're going to say, okay, so these offers my audience seemed interested in, but they haven't sold yet. And these are the freebies that my audience seemed interested in. Can you help me create 45 more pieces of content and maybe a couple variations of those freebies or offers, and let it run 45 more pieces of content for you? This is an ongoing, you can use this as many times as you want. This is like your training tool that gets you access to, like, if I was sitting down writing your content for you. You're also going to get training on how to use it effectively, and content creation training. So if you're like, here, I don't know how to create a faceless reel, and I don't know how to create a carousel video, and I don't know how to create a talking head video, I'm going to drop all that into the vault for you. You'll get lifetime access to use that GPT and access to that training forever. Now, because this is a brand new offer, I have part of that in my vault. I don't have all of it yet. So this is my beta price. My client that said it took that year worth of training and summed it up in 20 questions, she told me $19.97 was the offer. I priced it at $4.97. If the fast action bonus, if you purchase by tomorrow at 1 o'clock, you also get a 30-minute strategy session with me. Are there any questions that anyone has regarding either one of those offers or regarding the workshop content today? And I appreciate y'all's patience since we're over a couple minutes. I don't usually stop and answer like questions in the comments. And so I did that, and sorry about that, I went over. But if y'all have questions, if you're ready to join, Casey, it was good to see you. It's good to see you. I hope you have a great day. Just let me know. Thank you, Naomi. I'm really excited about it. One of my clients that joined the first launch lab, which is the 6K program, she just messaged me this morning. She's like, I'm about to do a book launch, and Kara, I'm loving this GPT. She said it's made content so much easier and it feels so light. So that's what I want. I want your business to feel lighter and simpler, and like you're not struggling and wondering what to do. You're very welcome, Gabby. And y'all can come off of mute. You can actually talk to me if you want to.
So, Kara, that was one of the questions I had with because I know that you're focused more on 2,000 and up programs. With the chat, does that work? Because I started putting together, okay, so what is something that's low-hanging fruit that I could focus on right now that isn't a $2,000 offer? Does it work for that?
So I don't have it set up to do that, but that is definitely,
okay.
So I'm actually creating another one. I'm working with a couple of 6 and 7 figure entrepreneurs right now, and they want one created for them that is a 90-day content bank, so they can basically recycle that. And they're like,
okay,
will you make this for me? So I'm working on that. That would be another good one to create. And here's the great thing. If you're in my 6K program, you're going to get access to whatever GPTs I create for them too,
Nice.
right? Because I want it to be helpful at whatever stage you're at. And obviously it won't be 6K forever, but being able to, and this is what I kept hearing. I hate using AI because I never get the output I need. So by me backloading it with the right questions, it is actually searching like those 10 freebie ideas and those 5 offers. They are actually coming from things that your ideal client is already paying for. So it's not just pulling it out of thin air. I have it researching behind the scenes, Google, Amazon, YouTube videos. Like I've programmed it to say, now that you know my ideal audience and my pain points, what are people paying for? What would they pay me for? Right? You
Right.
put in your expertise. So I could do a low hanging fruit. I really could. That's a great idea. And I can put that on my list and that would absolutely be dropped in.
Awesome.
So yeah, I think that's a great idea. And that's what we did with Eve. So she took the low-hanging fruit and she turned it into quick links that she could send people that she saved in her phone, like for the time when someone said, "Hey, can you come steam my curtains and get my house ready." Used to, she was doing it for free because she didn't know how easy it would be to charge someone. She goes, after working with you, I create a shortcut in my phone. And when somebody texts me and says, "Hey, can you come over and do this?" I just do the link. Boom. Now they can pay and then I can schedule a time to go over there and do it. She goes, I'm actually making money. She goes, that's a $250 service that I was giving away for free. But if you don't know how to do it, you don't know how to do it. So that's kind of how the program is structured. Like in the beginning, we are working on creating content, creating conversations. We're talking back and forth in that weekly call. For the newbies, we're talking about, okay, what are some other strategies you could use to make some more connections? Where else could you look to go talk to more people? That was a big one that we talked about last Thursday in our call. And it's amazing because you'll hear something throughout the week and you'll be like, oh my gosh, well, I could do that, right? And it's simple switches. It's not that you don't know how to do things and what you need to do. It's that you don't always know the exact right way. And so just switching that up. But then what's so great is once you do have someone that says, "Hey, Kara, they just told me they wanted to buy, this tummy, hiding clothing offer. How do I charge them for it so I can actually like go create it for them real quick and start working with them, right?" And then you and I jump on a quick call. I show you how to set up a quick link and you go charge them and then you start working with them. Because what happened for me was I sold an offer and it was a done for you. Well, I had 2 clients when I got into the DMs with them that did not buy that offer, but I knew that they were looking to launch a course. And when I got into the DMs and I started just having casual conversations with them, they told me, and it's funny, I didn't ask the questions. This was while I was learning this whole idea. They said, "I really loved that offer that you put out, but I have a VA that I want to learn how to launch courses for me because I'm going to launch multiple. So I didn't want you to do it for me. I wanted you to teach my VA." And I'm like, "Well, let's do it." And I literally sent them a link. And $2,500 later, they're paying for me to teach them instead of do it for them. And so just listening and asking the right questions and knowing that, well, my ideal audience did not, or my ideal client did not buy that, just go ask them why. It doesn't have to be confrontational or anything like that. It's just, "Hey, friend, so I noticed that you didn't purchase that. Like, did I present it wrong? Was there something else you needed? Was the price too high? What is it, a season? What caused you not to buy?" And then change it based on that feedback.
Yeah, I find most
Is
people
that
are willing
helpful?
to give some market research feedback in that way, especially depending on how it's posed. But yeah, that is helpful because so much of the time, even when people are like, "Go watch the people who are in your industry, who do what you do and see what they're doing. But just because they're doing it doesn't mean they're selling it.
Yeah.
So
The
I
other
love
thing
this.
is, a lot of times people will tell you, go watch the people in your industry or go find it. And you're like, I can't find anyone that's doing it, that's doing what I'm doing. I need help. Like, how do I find those people? Right.
Right.
And
Right.
so I think having that, okay, let's come back together and let's figure out, okay, so these first five pieces of content didn't work. Or what happened? Let's look at your stats.
Mhm.
Did anybody like it? Did anyone comment? Did you get any new followers this week? What did we do with those new followers? So yeah, completely. And I think it's just we get frustrated and we lose hope. And when we lose hope, we go to a place that we're not good enough and we shouldn't be doing this. And then we don't do anything.
Or we eat too much chocolate and then we need to go see Gabby because we need a new wardrobe.
Exactly. You'd love Gabby. She's precious. You can talk to us, Gabby. I know it's 3 a.m. So
Yeah.
she texted me last night, Naomi. She messaged me and she was like, I'm getting up at 3 a.m. to be on your webinar. And I'm like, holy
Wow.
cow, I love you, Gabby. Thank you.
That's dedication. That's awesome.
I have to say,
I
the brain
know.
is not working as well as it normally does at this hour. So, but
That's
yeah,
okay. That's
I love that.
okay.
Thank you, Cara. That was excellent.
Yeah.
I really like the
Yeah. And
idea.
if
Quick
either
link.
one of you, the what?
The quick link.
I did.
Sorry, I
Oh,
really
the quick link. Yeah.
sorry. I'll just turn off my heater. It's
No, it's
it's
okay.
winter down here.
Yeah, the quick link.
Yeah. So
Well, it's like 9:05 here.
sorry,
Let me
what's
show
that?
you. Can y'all see this?
Oh,
Ooh, somebody's
Can
been
you
in the
see that?
oh,
sun.
yeah, it's really hot
I
there,
was
isn't
gonna
it?
be out. Yeah, it's like 95. I was gonna be out for like 30 minutes, my daughter and I both, and we didn't put sunscreen on, and she is even more pale than me.
Oh,
And we were both like so burned. But we knew better, but we just thought we were only gonna be out for 30 minutes and it was 4 hours later. So
mm.
anyway, the quick
Yes.
link. And yeah,
Um,
if either one of you want to enter to win the Proof First GPT, and I'll message Casey too, but all you have to do is submit, and I'm gonna put it down here. How did yeah, you feel before the workshop? What was the aha or light bulb moments? And how do you feel now? What action will you take? If you can create a review on socials, you can either do it in the group, or on your own social and tag me or my business. I will go screenshot those, and then they have to be done within 30 minutes. So if you'll do that real quick, then I will screenshot those and then I will let
oh,
y'all know tomorrow who won.
oh, you want it done now? I was going to do it tomorrow once I've got my makeup on and everything. Um,
No, you don't. Oh, you don't have to do a video. I mean, you can.
oh yeah, I was going to do it on
Oh,
video.
it doesn't have to be video.
Oh,
Oh,
doesn't have to, but now I think y'all have to do video because now I want your videos. Can I have your videos?
yeah, of
Hey,
Earlier
course.
I'll
you
give
had
y'all
said
till tomorrow
video.
if you don't do video.
I would love to do a video for you, Cara. You
Oh,
me so much. So
thank
yeah,
you. Yeah. Okay. So I tell you what, we'll do 2 entries if you do video, 1 entry if you just do text. And I'll tell Casey too, and y'all have till tomorrow, and I'll go message her. Does that sound good?
yeah,
That'd be
perfect.
perfect.
So where do we send the written one to you? On Voxer
Um,
or
you can send
Instagram?
it either that or an email, Instagram, email, Voxer, wherever you want to send it.
All right, cool. Easy.
Yeah.
All right.
And
And
Gabby, meet Naomi. Naomi was in a coaching group where we learned how to do workshops. And so
oh, cool. Hi, Nate.
we both were launching workshops at the same time. And so she's super sweet too. We had a sweet little
Oh,
group.
Awesome. We did. And Gabby, I'll probably have to reach out to you because my guess is the more I get into working with my avatar, they are possibly yours as well. So when I do guest expert stuff, I
Yeah,
may be tapping both of you for that kind of thing.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
So
What
love
is,
that.
do you mind if I ask what is your business, Naomi? Sorry, just very quickly, Cara.
I
Oh,
am
you're fine.
I'm a presence and communication coach, and I work with midlife women entrepreneurs who are dealing with the
Oh,
brain fog and can't seem to
yeah.
get a sentence out.
Oh, yeah, beautiful. Love it. That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much work in that space, I think,
Yes.
to
Yeah.
be done. Yes. Excellent. Well, Cara, that was so great. I love the bit about just being curious and looking for proof. It's exciting about the chat GPT option as well. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
and I mean, I would love to work with you, but let's see. I would love to buy the biggest course, but as Cara
No,
knows,
I get
I
it.
spent a lot of
I get
money
it.
already.
I totally get it. It's funny. One of my Naomi, you'll get a kick out of this. So, I was talking to my coach the other day, and she was looking at my content, and she goes, "Kara, quit talking to broke people."
Yeah,
And I was
that's
like, "What?" She goes, "Quit talking to broke people." And I
right.
was like, "Oh my gosh, my content talks to broke people. My content talks to broke people." And it was such a light bulb switch. And that's why it's so important. Like I know, and you know, and Naomi knows, like it's so important to have someone else looking at in real time giving you feedback.
Yes.
Yes,
100%. Yes.
yeah, for sure.
Because we don't know that we're doing it when she goes, you can help, and she's a seven-figure entrepreneur. She goes, you can help me. Why are you talking to people that have no money? And I was like, I don't know. And honestly, and I think for a lot of us, it was, well, am I qualified to help you? Well, yeah, I am. I know tech
Hmm.
backward and forward. Like I know I can, you know, but you don't know until someone says, hey, friend, guess what? Let's not do it like that.
Right.
And Cara, I have to say, I love your
Anyway,
marketing lately. Just so polished, so cool. You're just amazing. Really great.
my approved first GPT and went through, and I have a VA who is doing my content now. And what's so great is I literally will copy all the posts I want her to do and I put them in a spreadsheet. And as she does the post, she highlights them green. And the post I need to do, she highlights red because if they're talking head videos.
Mm.
And then I just do my part and she does her part. And
Wow.
it's amazing. It has freed up so much time. But it makes my branding better because I didn't have time to do it all.
Yeah,
Right.
that's so clear, isn't it? Yeah. Wow. No, it's really good. You can
Yeah.
see you just look very, very cool now.
Thanks,
In
friend.
in the
I appreciate
pocket, I can see, yes, you're gonna have
that.
a successful career. I know it.
Thank you, friend. Well, I love y'all, and I am so grateful that y'all came today. And I will talk to y'all soon. I will send an email out with the replay in case you want to see it. It'll be up through Sunday, but I'll also put the instructions on. You can get 2 entries if you do a video, 1 entry if you post. And I'll do that so that y'all can have that. And I would love video. That's amazing. I think I need to start doing that from now on because that'd be
Yeah.
great.
You may not
Y'all.
realize it, but that's what you said initially.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
and I
the
didn't even realize it. Yeah.
So
Okay.
videos are really good. Just
smart.
Yeah.
any, is there any specific place you want us to direct your potential clients to, like to your Instagram, or just so that I can say the right thing?
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Just reference the workshop and yeah, it doesn't matter. Follow on Instagram or whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Okay. Excellent.
Great.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Thank you so
All right. Love
much.
y'all. I hope y'all have a great
All
rest of
right.
your
Thanks,
day.
Cara.
Bye.
Nice to meet
You're
you,
welcome. Bye,
Naomi.
friends.
Great. Bye bye.